Hello and welcome to the Part-Time Gamers, the gaming podcast for people with full-time lives. I'm Cyranex, clocking in with my good friend, 9 of 12.
Hi there.
Life. It happens. We were, if you don't catch the live stream, we have this whole conversation. We have this whole pre-show. I refer to it as tech check to make sure things work and everything. But we also have some pretty interesting conversations during that as well. That was the case today. I would suggest getting here 15 minutes early so you can see us talk about how life is interesting. We'll say it that way. But it's good to be back.
A little friendly banter catching up.
Yeah. I mean, it is. There's a lot of things going on in the world, not just the world at large, but also just our own little worlds as well, and yeah. But in a little bit of gaming news, I've really been getting back into Final Fantasy VII Remake. I had previously gotten through Remake and Rebirth, but since they announced Revelation next year, I'm seriously considering doing a Final Fantasy Friday or some kind of stream, just go through the story modes of Remake and Rebirth in preparation. Because I've already beaten both of them, and I already have max levels in both of them, and have a bunch of things unlocked and everything. So it's kind of nice because I won't have especially in Rebirth, there's a crap ton of side content, side quests, and different things you can do. I've already done all of that on my first playthrough. So if I do a remake or rerun of it, I can just mainline the MSQ and go through that. So
I don't think I played any games this week.
Oh wow!
Rob was playing Vampire Survivors still on the Xbox. I think he's probably doing that right now.
Yeah.
But I've been reading a lot. I read a couple of books that were written by tadpoolers that I learned about at Nerdtacular, and one of them I just finished yesterday was Carter Johnson did the cover for, so that was neat. And then I read one today, and it was really short. I got to find more of them. There was only one that was on Kindle Fire. I'm going to probably have to buy the other one. And then I started a new book that it's Apocalypse, Everyday Apocalypse Every Day, that I just started today, that I bought to support a trans creator who's going through some really bad shit. They had posted on TikTok and they were afraid to go to work, even though it was just, they found out that 3 of their coworkers had been fired because it was uncovered that they were planning on jumping her, and assaulting her.
Ooh.
So yeah. Ugh. And another creator was kind of like, I'm going to help her out, but I'm going to just send her a bunch of money, and she's really struggling and everything, and discovered that she was an author and had this book out. And I was like, that I can do. And as an author who no one buys my book, I love the idea of not only helping out financially in her situation, but then oh my God, I sold a bunch of books is going to feel great. So even though it's on Kindle Unlimited, I bought a paper copy of the book. And when I read it, I'll decide where I want to put it, probably a little free library or something. Yeah. I have to go to the one by the food pantry anyway, because I need to put some cookbooks in there, by the way. Pro tip, if you have cookbooks you want to get rid of, little free libraries by food pantries is a really good idea. A lot of folks end up in that situation. They don't know what to do with all those just
that's
ingredients.
A really good idea. That's right up there with setting up a Girl Scout cookie shop right out of dispensaries. That's just brilliant. I never thought of that. It's that's actually a really good idea. Just having the cookbooks right next to the food banks, or so that way they can.
Well, when I was having to go, a lot of people would be looking at stuff going, I don't know what to do with that. And my friend Allison volunteers there a lot. And she's like, people that get a can of something, a can of beans instead of a bag of beans, and they have 8 people in the family, but they just don't know how. And it's ugh. And with my cooking stream and stuff, that's again part of my mission, how to make things from ingredients will save you a lot of money. And you get people who never were taught to cook, and they are
Yeah.
having to get, go to the food bank. And ours has a little free library right there, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have a good idea. So
Yeah.
I started going over there to check, and I was donated tons and tons of cookbooks to give away on my stream and help me with my stream, but some of them are definitely going there.
Yeah. In fact, I got one of them. I think it's right over there on my bookshelf.
Yeah, yeah. It was a pasta one, I
No,
think.
I think mine was the dessert one.
Oh, the desserts. Okay,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm still giving those away. As a matter of fact, I should check my subscribers because I don't know. I think I got some new follows after YouTube or after Nerdtacular, but they're all on YouTube.
Hmm.
So, because I've been stuck on Twitch, because when I get to 220, I'm gonna give away some more. But I love the little free libraries, and I like saving them. There's a one where I used to hike, and I went there, and there was all just tracks and propaganda in there, like Save
Yeah.
Your Soul magazine, whatever. And I was like, oh no, 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 that's not what this is for. That's gross. So
Yeah.
I went to my bookshelves and ooh, look, I have 2 copies of Clockwork Orange, and ooh, there's a copy of the Iliad that the kids had to buy it, and I got some really good actual literature and then some just fun books, and I put them in that little free library the next time I went, and I was happy because like a year later I went back and it was still actual books in there. People have been
Yeah.
taking and bringing, and it wasn't full of that trash again.
Yeah. That's
Fixed
good.
it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yep. All
So anyway,
right.
free ways
So-
to help.
Yeah.
If you were here for the pre-show, that was one of the topics.
Yeah, that's basically the kinds of conversations we have during the pre-show. So you got a little bit of a glimpse of that. But on that note, we do have a game to talk about, and it is one that we've played a lot of. So we will get into this as we get back to work.
Morning break is over. Morning break is over.
All right, so we're going to be finishing off our
We
theme
played this game
month.
so much
Yeah.
that it didn't force me, doing the show didn't force me into playing games this week, which I count on it for that.
Yeah.
But at least I read.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of fortuitous, not having the gaming time this week, but this is a game that we have played. Now, one thing I think is funny is the fact that for whatever reason, you in particular don't close the game out all the time.
Oh my god. I know. I also always have like I don't even know how many Chrome windows with how many tabs open in them. I'm that person, but when I'm in a Steam game, like it doesn't occur to me to close it.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about Wildermyth Omenroad in specific with our Game Within Games theme this month. And I think it's amusing the fact that on Steam, you're on almost 700 hours in this game. Because I know
I think
for a
I
fact
left it open when I went to
during
Nerdtacular.
for the entire trip. You had accumulated 120 hours in that one stretch. It was hilarious.
I don't know why they don't clock that with active gameplay, though. Come on.
I don't
Like-
know. It's just, I just think it's
Man,
funny.
can you imagine if what if you work for them? Like,
Oh,
does it work that way? They could just have open their programming, box, and you don't actually have to be doing anything. It just counts your hours logged. Cool.
That'd be great. I'm pretty sure there's people who have done that. I've heard stories. I know that in fact, there was one guy who used to work at the shop I work at, who he would work on midnights, the night shift. He would come in, start the machine doing a 6-hour job, and then just walk home and play Xbox until it was done on the clock.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Until and it was funny because he got found out because one of our other employees saw him online when he was supposed to be working.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was let go. But anyways, like I said, we're going to be talking about Wildermyth Omenroad, developed and published by World Walker Games LLC. The price is a little bit interesting in this one. It is $24.99 for the base game. Omenroad is actually a separate DLC that you do have to buy for it as well. It is $9.99 for that. Oh,
How did I leave it open all that time and I don't even own it?
well, Omenroad doesn't count as a separate game. It's just a DLC for Wildermyth. So you still
Right,
have,
but I don't have the DLC. I can only play when you're on.
yeah, but it still had, like, even if it's on the main menu, it's still technically open. But yeah,
It's just using my Wildermyth to insist that I'm still there.
Yeah, but that is one thing that is nice about that is even though the DLC costs $9.99 extra, as long as the person is hosting has the DLC, anyone who's playing multiplayer with them still has access to it. So that's how we play it. I host the game. I have both DLCs for Wildermyth, and everyone else who plays with me has access to it as well. It is primarily PC and Mac. You can get it via Steam, Epic, GOG. They do have console versions of them as well for Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. So it is pretty much available everywhere, which is pretty awesome. So to give for those who are unaware of what Wildermyth is, it's almost like D&D light. It is a very typically the normal mode of Wildermyth is a very story driven, character driven, event driven game where everyone's playing can control a character or whatnot, or depending on if you're playing solo or multiplayer. The way we play it is when we do multiplayer is like we'll have one person is in control of like a specific character and that's their character, which is really nice because then you can really craft a narrative around these characters, which is really cool.
Did we actually cover it?
I believe we have talked about baseline Wildermyth. It's been a while, though.
Yeah, I'm looking to try and tell people what episode that is.
Oh,
it's really good.
Yeah,
I like that game a lot, and the art is wonderful, and I like the narrative content. I've been happily surprised with Omenroad.
Yeah,
just being fun and good enough to not miss all that.
Yeah.
It's just a very different flavor in the same world.
Which is really nice. The fact that it's really nice having these kinds of. I mean, that's one of the reasons why this is called game within games, because it is such a big divergence from what you would consider to be the baseline experience of the game. So, like the baseline with Wildermyth, usually, adding an extra L in there for no reason, usually is very narrative. You're able to build your characters and really have these really intricate stories with these characters, which is really fun to play. I really want to get back in D&D and just be able to really dive into character development and everything. But one element of the game that it has also is this like very strategic combat. It's like a tactics game basically. Kind of an XCOM light. When you really look at it, like it's all grid based, and like I'm showing some of our gameplay, I should say, on the stream right now, and it takes a lot of strategy. There's certain there's things you got to do, make sure you do in the right order to get like maximize the effectiveness and everything. So it can get very tactical, which I really like. I like that aspect, and Omenroad really specializes in that aspect of it. It's much more of the combat. It's much more of they basically turn Omenroad from a narrative into a roguelike. I mean, even from the maps that you see, anyone who's familiar with Slay the Spire or games that have kind of taken inspiration from that, it has this branching map. Oop, smacking the mic. It has this branching map where you can like choose what kind of rewards, or if you want, okay, I want to fight these kinds of enemies, or I want this kind of reward, I want to be able to upgrade my character and get this, all these kinds of different things. You follow these paths and you can choose what you want to do. Like, okay, I want the reward for this node is an item chest, so I can get an upgrade for an augment, like a pair of shoulder pads or knee pads or whatever, get some increased speed or whatever like
Thank
that.
you.
There's ones that are specifically like forges, where it's you can upgrade a piece of equipment. They have uh, there's a bunch of different kinds of nodes that you can get uh, to really augment your runs. Like even like just things that aren't even like a gear upgrade or anything like that. It's just a combat buff for that page. Um, so it's really interesting, like how it takes that the structure of that narrative gameplay and the combat from that and completely converts it into this roguelike, um, where you're just it's all combat, it's all just going through these different pages, and there's 3
Yeah,
pages per
really
run.
fun turn-based combat,
Yeah,
and you get to know the buffs and the debuffs to, you know, be able to work with the other people you're playing with too
yeah,
to coordinate your attacks. I love the multiplayer stuff, and even with that and all the people involved, the the whole part-time aspect that we talk about, you can pick it up and put it down because with
yeah,
this structure, you don't have the story dragging you off all of a sudden and like, oh crap, we're stuck here. Um,
yeah,
that can happen with Wildermyth to an extent.
yeah. I mean, and it's really nice because not only do you have the difference in the structure going to the tactical from the narrative structure of the game, there's also, for actually like leveling up characters and building up interesting transformations and stuff like that, different things with your characters. Owen Road is actually really good at that, because it actually allows you to break some of the normal rules in baseline Wildermyth. Like for example, my character on here right now, right in the middle, is the wolf head guy named Menagerie. The way he is
Hmm.
right now, he would not have been able to exist in the normal narrative Wildermyth mode. Uh, because like he's originally from one of the campaigns in our very first our season 0 of Part-Time Adventurers. Um, so he originated from that, and that's where he got this wolf head, that wolf transformation. But
Hmm.
in normal Wildermyth, you would not be able to get the arms of the bears if you have the wolf head already.
Yeah, can you explain to folks? Because I know you were really excited when you found that way to build
Yeah,
your characters and then use them in Omenroad.
yeah. So one of the other nodes that you can potentially get in Omenroad, the way they deal with transformations is different in Omenroad than it is in the normal mode. Um, because because Wildermyth is very narrative driven, you would get it through different events and stuff like that, and these events have triggers. And if like you have the wolf head, you can't get the trigger for the bear touched. Narratively, you can't do that. In Omen Road, they have a node that is a transformation altar. So this is how you can get transformations in Omen Road. And the thing is about the transformation altars is those break the rules. As long as like basically it doesn't matter if someone already has the transformation that would otherwise conflict with it, you can just get this new transformation. You can even use that a new transformation to replace an old transformation. So that's how you can get like, okay, I already have wolf touched, I have wolf claws, bear, whatever, I have this aspect already, but I want to add something else. It's like, okay, then you can try to find the totem of whatever you want and use that, and it'd still bypass those restrictions. Which is how I have Menagerie the way he is now, where he has the head of, I love Menagerie. He's Yeah, I'm incredibly biased because he's the character that was based off of me in season 0, so I just think he's hilarious. He has the head of a wolf, the arms of a bear, the legs of a crow, the wings of an eagle, uh, and he also has a bird on his shoulder and a cat at his feet. And like he normally in narrative mode would not be able to access all of that. But just find the right altars and you can transform them that way, which I think is really cool for just leveling up legacy characters and such. Getting these kind of unique transformations and everything like that. Omenroad is definitely the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if a lot of people like, oh, yeah. One of the aspects of this that we don't really get into a lot with regular Omen or regular Wildermyth narrative mode, whatnot, is this idea of promotions for your characters. Because the campaigns take so long, it takes a long time to be able to promote a character and everything like that. When you promote a character, you put the character into what's referred to as your legacy. And if you find them and take them to another ending, whether it be a campaign or Omenroad, you can promote them, which means that they their starting level is higher if you find them again in another game. So the max you can go is level 5 for promotions. The max level you can get in any one game, regardless of narrative or Omenroad mode, is level 7. So they can be ridiculously powerful. Like the gameplay I'm showing right now is actually from our most recent legacy run, which we still have one more page to go. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, all of these characters started off at level 5. And they are incredibly powerful. If you're trying to promote characters using the campaigns, it's going to take a while. Just because the campaigns take a while. If you're
Right.
just trying to like level up and like just make your characters more powerful, Omenroad's definitely the way to do it, because you can go through, like when I was playing these characters just to level them up, I was just playing on Peril 0, which is the easiest mode.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what the difficulty is. All that matters is, do they make it to the end? So yeah, just taking them through a bunch of Omenroad runs and promoting them at the end. That's how I got a bunch of these characters up to level 5. Which is, they're called myth walkers at that point, which is kind of cool. I like that title. But yeah, it's just,
I looked through old episodes, by the way, and we never did talk about Wildermyth.
we haven't.
No, apparently not. We had to have talked about it. I don't know. We play in public, so maybe we just never thought about doing it on the show.
No, you want to know what I think it is? I think we talked about Wildermyth and the original run of Part-Time Gamers, not the new one.
Holy cow!
I think. We'll check the archive.
Wait, I didn't know this game was that old. Because I'm also not finding it in Google Docs in our notes at all.
I've sworn we talked about this.
Was it the old show before I was even on it?
Maybe.
This game can't be that old. This game isn't more than 10 years old.
Yes, we did. Episode 40 of this one.
Okay.
April 9th, 2023.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been 3 years since we talked about the baseline game, but yeah, we have talked about it.
Okay, because the notes didn't go back that far. I went back to 29. Okay.
Yeah.
I have episode 43 as Stick Fight.
I think that's right. I was episode 40 was Wildermyth.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
cool.
I could not imagine we had not talked about this.
Right?
I mean, with how great a game this is.
That was a long time ago. Wow.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's really interesting, this kind of experience that you can get between these different modes.
Mm-hmm.
And it does this very well. I mean, while the normal narrative mode is the big draw is the narrative. Uh, I mean, that's not to say that the combat is bad. I mean, the combat is still very good. It's not necessarily as complex as.
Well, yeah, and Omenroad strips it down to kind of just the combat, and
Yeah.
that's its just own fun to be able to get to do more of that and not have to wait for the story,
Yeah.
even if you like the story in the other mode.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I do really like the story. But there's sometimes where I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to necessarily like think about
I just want to kill stuff.
Yeah, I just want to, throw fire at enemies and stuff like that. I'm still like
And I like this. Like you're an FPS guy
yeah.
too. Not so much for me. I love turn-based strategy.
Yeah.
Different types of weapons. Like I love this kind of combat.
Yeah. And yeah, in Omenroad, you really can explore a lot of the complexities of all the different things that you can get, all the different things that you can do with these characters, and you can actually like try to build towards a like an actual build. Uh, I mean, it is roguelike elements, but you can. It's just a matter of time before you find all the things you need and can make your character whatever you want. Uh, I did kind of cheat just for the sake of saving time. They do have save editors and mods for this, so there is that too. Anyways, but for me, it's like for that aspect, it's like okay, it's literally just a matter of time. I didn't do anything with the characters that you can't do normally. I just decided to just kind of I didn't want to wait. Uh so but even then it's like if you really want to explore a lot of the aspects of the characters that you can like all the different tactical elements, it's like you can actually like go work towards a build in Omenroad and really work these characters that way. Like the the characters I have that I'm
Kind
playing
of
right
like you
now.
did for all of us.
Yeah. It's like for this run specifically, I was like, okay, we did 3 normal Omenroad runs, all 4 of us. You, me, Rob, and Jess. Which we should be finishing up this run tomorrow, actually, hopefully. I think all of us are gonna be available for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me check
But
with him
so
right now.
yeah, we did 3 normal runs where you start at 0, you're making brand new characters, just taking them through and everything. That's a really good roguelike experience right there. Where it's like you don't know how your character is going to be by the end of it. So it's going to be that's one way to play it. We were doing a legacy run. So we started off with all of our characters max level at level 5 starting off, and I asked them, it's like, okay, what do you want your character to be able to do, basically? And it's like, you know, Jess really liked her rogue that was her hunter who was able to just like attack, kill the target, go back into stealth, and just like constantly refreshing their stealth. She really liked that tactic. I was like, okay, well, what can we start off with that makes that happen? And it's like, and she is by far the most deadly character in our group right now. There have been so many times where it's like me and Ember or Rob are still debating. It's like the tactics, and she just fires a shot and it's like, okay, never mind, it's dead. Whatever it was. And she has a water crossbow, or no, water regular bow. So if the water elemental effect can be ridiculously powerful, because if she gets a stunt with that, she is then able to get an additional action point back, which means she can attack again. And she's just murdered some guys, just like full health to 0 because of that. And that's not even factoring in the poison that she can do as well.
Yeah, we've been stomping through. It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, that's the thing is like, especially when you're able to kind of min max a little bit, and it's like, okay, we can this we're coordinating through this, and you can do a lot. You know, just again, just analyzing the different tactics and everything. Like the primary character I've been playing for this run doesn't attack at all. She just makes everyone else attack for her.
It's so weird.
Yeah. And it's been really funny too, because like there have been a couple times when I refer to her as my mastermind mystic. She has an ability called she has the second level of Soul Blade, which I think that's what it's called. Um, it's one where normally if she interfuses with an object on the map, anyone that's around that object gets a bonus to, I think, like stun chance or accuracy or something like that, or just maybe just raw damage. But if she's interfused with a fire, she can use that fire to make an ally attack out of turn. Basically, she can use her attack to make them attack. And there have been a couple times where it's like, okay, I make Jess's character attack. Jess already finished her attack, so she has no action points. I make her attack. She gets a stunt, gets an action point back, and is able to act again.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just there's a lot of different kinds of builds you can come up with these characters. There's the mastermind mystic. There's like Rob's playing just a straight celestial mystic. So it's like he just launches starfire at people, and that's like all he does. Yours, Lori Tanky, I think is an awesome build as well. Because you don't
Holy
even have to
crap,
like
it's so fun.
necessarily be offensive. It's like you're just like,
Nope,
okay,
just wait.
Yep, just go into as many enemies as possible and just engage and get all of them to attack you. And there have been multiple times now where it's like, okay, I'm surrounded by like 7 enemies. This is exactly the situation I want, because it's like, okay, one tries to attack, misses, you attack them, you get your untouchable back. The next one attacks you, misses, gets a hit. It just the whole chain of defense with that kind of warrior is.
It's such a funny like thing to me to think about too, just like in this situation, because she just like runs in like, rah! And then just stands there.
It's like,
and because it doesn't attack, and then somebody attacks her, and then it's just like whack, 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 and they're mostly all dead. Then it's all reaction
so
attacks, and it chains. Love it.
Oh, it's so satisfying when that goes off. And then you have like Menagerie, who doesn't really have any like specific power. He just has a bunch of different animals in him. So it's like when I built him. So one other thing, when you're promoting a character, when you bring in a legacy character, they can have access to a number of abilities equal to their level from the start. So a level 5 character in your legacy can start with 5 abilities automatically. And it's made from a list of abilities that they had in whatever you promoted them last. So like Menagerie, he has like, because he has 5 different animals. He has a bunch of different animals.
Many.
Yeah. I just basically gave him the ability associated with each of those animal types. So like with his wolf head, he gets a wolf bite. So he gets that. With his hawk wings, he gets the talon dive. With his bear arms, he gets bear hug, which is actually a phenomenal ability. With his, and then I forgot, he has a foxtail. Forgot about that one too. I have the bonus, the ability for the foxtail, which
speed,
just
right?
increases his speed and dodge. And then I took the one for the cat, because that's just an amazing ability in general. Whenever he or an enemy goes into his space around him, the cat will deal damage and shred armor automatically, just to the first enemy that they encounter. But he doesn't have to stop there, as like he can keep on going and just deal that shred damage, which is very good. Um, but yeah, like it's really been fun going through this and being able to much more rapidly and completely explore the different transformations and like what kind of builds you can make. Like, I have a character that's full. I believe it's referred to as Elm Soul. He's basically Groot. He is like my ultimate tank character.
Uh-huh.
I have another one that's full fire soul warrior. It really is interesting the more tactical character building you can do through Omenroad. I really commend this game for being able to incorporate both sides of that spectrum into the game. That they were able to take what they had, because again, this was a DLC that was added later. It didn't come with the baseline game. So for them to be able to take what they had already built with the narrative version of this and extrapolate these tactical elements and then like everything and add that as a DLC and have it work
It's
so
a really
well.
good idea, you know?
Yeah,
Instead of trying to do, I don't know, get all new art assets and stories and do, another game or another version,
Yeah.
to just do a different type as a DLC entirely is
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that really does that.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been like, I think we're more or less kind of like finished with Wildermyth, but something kind of tangential. Another game that I originally wanted to talk about that has a very interesting story behind it is actually Fortnite. Save the World mode. We were going to talk about that. Well, we're not going to get to that yet. If we ever do. But one thing that people don't necessarily know is that the Fortnite Battle Royale was not the original game. The Save the World was actually the what Fortnite was intended to be. That's how it started off as. It was like that's why it's called Fortnite, is because it was a base building wave shooter, basically.
Oh, okay.
It was like
That
a
makes sense.
co-op. You had to, during the day, you would go out onto the map and gather resources, come back and build up your defenses and prepare for this like waves of zombies to come at you during the night. Hence why it was called Fortnite. Oh, but then because of they were developing that at the same time that PlayerUnknown's Battleground started coming into the spotlight, and this is one of the few occasions where trend chasing worked, because they already had all the assets, and they're just like, okay, well, what if we just use these same assets and everything and then just made this battle royale mode. And that exploded and came mainly what the company was known for after that. And then they have actually recently gone back and like finished developing and did finally release uh, Save the World mode. It is actually free. I believe it's free to play. So I actually kind of am, as much as I don't really care about Fortnite, uh, Save the World mode actually does intrigue me. I've actually seriously considered playing it at some point, but I think that's interesting how, again, they like similar like what you were saying with like taking the assets that they already have and going into a completely different direction.
Yeah.
And going like a different side of the spectrum.
I wanted friends on Fortnite because like the game itself is it's I'm not good enough to enjoy it, but the Lego thing was really really fun.
Yeah.
But I only had a group of people to kind of go do it with me once, and it's not as fun alone.
Yeah.
So
I mean, one thing I've
I haven't
realized,
got back to
especially
it.
as of late, is I will play just about any game as long as it's with friends. Oh, if
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
a lot of games I just won't without though.
yeah,
Like
same.
there's a lot of games I can play myself, but like Diablo, I don't want to play it alone. It's not for me alone.
I mean, and that's the thing about there's so many great games out there. Like Helldivers 2 is still fantastic. They're listening to their player base and making changes to make things more meaningful and everything. That is a phenomenal game that I almost refuse to play solo. But if one of my friends came in and it's like, hey, you know what? We should play Helldivers. I was like, yeah, let's do it immediately. I still really like
Yeah.
that game. I mean, I
Yeah.
like the gameplay of it and everything. I like, but it just
Well,
playing
and
randos
Omen
is
Road,
just
like, that's so good. Everyone we've dragged into Wildermyth or
oh yeah,
Omen Road has had a great time.
oh yeah.
I could never get. This is the longest. This is the longest since World of Warcraft that my husband has gone ahead and played games with me on a regular basis.
I mean, yeah,
It's that good.
yeah, and it's nice because it has that crunch with trying to figure out tactics and everything, but it's not overwhelming necessarily. Oh, I mean, you
Yeah, it's not
can,
punishing about it.
yeah. I mean, you can make it punishing. Like we've been playing on. So in Omen
Yeah,
Road, they have peril
but you
levels.
can recover from mistakes too. You don't
Yeah,
have to be like
yeah,
insanely careful about
yeah,
it. It's a good thing because sometimes we don't communicate very well.
yeah. I mean, we have had, I think our third run, we got to the third page and then we got stomped at the end.
Mm.
Because we lost a character earlier. But they like one thing that they have that I really like in the narrative version that they incorporate into this as well is like the whole uh maiming system. So like the first time you lose all your health, you have the option to either, go out in a blaze of glory and do this really cool effect or whatnot, and your character dies, or you can leave the fight and survive, but you're maimed. Uh, so they incorporate that into this as well. Uh, but if you get maimed again in the same page, then you just die. You do your effect and then you die. Uh, so it is. I like how they incorporate that, especially into the game in general. I think that's a really cool system. Um, give your characters a little bit more agency. It's like, oh, I don't want to leave this character just yet. And it's cool because it can play into the character's history too. Like your character can suffer an injury and then like they have a hook for their hand, which gives them an
Hmm.
additional ability. They can actually use that in combat. Uh, and then eventually, like, I think this is what happened with might have been Theo's character actually. In season 0, he goes maimed, lost an arm. Then we found a storm totem or storm shrine or whatnot, and he was able to replace the hook with a lightning hand, basically. Uh, so it's like I cannot I cannot list the reasons why I enjoy this game, and it is it is an actual like legitimate anxiety of mine at times. Uh, when someone like I try to introduce a game to someone and they hate it. They're just like, nah, I didn't like it, type of situation. That's like it's not a major anxiety, but it is a thing for me. And it's always so encouraging when instead someone is like, yeah, this game is great. I was like, thank you for showing me this. And I'm
Yeah.
glad that has happened multiple times, especially with Jess, who, holy hell, uh, she is all in like 2 weeks. She is already almost past me in game time on Slay the Spire 2. Uh, like last time I checked, she was just shy of 63 hours on Steam. I'm at like 63 and a half with Slay the Spire 2. Oh,
She probably didn't just leave it on.
no, she
So
didn't. I'm considering doing it just so I can stay ahead of her, but oh, I it's always so enjoyable when people like these games, and because it means like I can. That's one of the reasons why I like doing the show, is because this gives me the opportunity to say, hey, these are the games I like. These are the reasons why I like it. Being able to inform people, just like, hey, these are some tactics, some tricks, and stuff to get you started. Uh, because it is a common theme, or it's a common subject or whatnot that I can talk with people about. I really
Mm-hmm.
like that. I'm an introvert at heart. Uh, Sometimes it takes effort for me to talk with people, but when it's a common subject like that I know a lot about, I will talk, and I actually enjoy it. Oh, but yeah, I definitely wanted to uh, share my love of Wildermyth and Omenroad. Um, yeah, it's definitely worth it, I think. Um, yeah, even with the $25 price, and then plus the $10 price for Omenroad, it gives you so much replayability. Oh, I mean, I've probably played, I don't know how many dozens of Omenroad runs now, and all of them end up different. All of them feel different. There's a bunch of different bosses you can face. There's a lot, and it's always satisfying to get through a
Yeah,
run.
the replayability is pretty
Yeah,
solid.
yeah. So if it's definitely worth the price of admission. Uh, and just like, and then that's not even factoring mods, uh, because it has a big mod community. You can create custom campaigns. You can create all kinds of stuff. There's a lot that you can do in this game. It's definitely worth the price. I highly recommend both the narrative mode and Omen Road, um, for different reasons, which I think is really good.
Mm-hmm. And
All
if you
right,
want to
but
tune in tomorrow,
yeah, we'll be, like I said, we should be finishing up this current run tomorrow, with the four of us. I mean, the first 2 pages of this run have been pretty, dare I say, pretty
more
easy.
challenging than we've
Yeah.
had. Yeah.
Uh, we are playing, I think, on Peril 1, which is just like baseline stats, I think. Uh, if we if we if we do choose to continue this, which I have a feeling we will, do another legacy run, we might have to bump it up to like maybe Peril 2 or 3.
Yeah,
See if there's a little
probably.
bit more challenge that way. Because we've been, like I said, we've been in the world of Wildermyth, being able to deal like over 10 damage is absolutely insane. And our characters are consistently just like, yeah, 15 damage, it's fine. Take out this giant dude in like 3 hits.
Yeah, like,
Uh,
oh, okay.
yeah.
Next.
I mean, after the previous run where we lost at the last page, it's nice to occasionally just kind of have a nice bounce back and ruffle stomp, as Rob has said. Uh, it's very satisfying sometimes to just be able to do that. But yeah, if you want to see more of this gameplay, then yeah, tune in tomorrow. We should be doing that. So yeah, I think we're pretty good there. Oh,
Yeah.
just for the sake of having it,
You get that thing I sent you?
there's a lot of news in recently when it comes to gaming. Most of it I don't want to deal with, because it's all like layoffs and garbage like that. There is one little shining bit of news that I did find, which makes me want to get a Switch 2 even more. Nintendo has actually been giving bonuses, giving raises to employees. Uh, and like, I have an article. We have an article listed or linked in there. A couple of different Japanese companies, specifically like Nintendo, Capcom, uh, you know,
Huh.
couple. I think what was it? FromSoft, uh, Pearl Abyss, for developers of Crimson Desert, have given bonuses to their employees and stuff like that recently. And it's really nice to see the other side.
10%. Nice.
Yeah.
It's all right.
In a time when like where success does not guarantee a job in this industry, it's nice to see that it's like there still are companies out there that are just like, hey, we need these guys, and yeah,
Yeah.
we should probably pay them well.
Yeah. Yeah, these companies
Um,
have been like getting the game out, launching, and laying everybody off, right?
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Ah.
like they like the Xbox showcase that they had a couple weeks ago. It's like there was a several games on there on their showcase that like literally a week or two later, that's like, yeah, we're shutting down that studio. Uh, like what? Oh, but yeah, it's like Capcom. Capcom raised employees' salaries by a whopping 30% in 2022. Just insane. And Capcom in general, holy hell, they've been doing some work this year. Uh, I think I think someone said that by the end of the year they're going to have like 5 releases this year. That's and they're like Resident Evil 9, Pragmata. You know, these are not necessarily small titles that they've been releasing, and you know they've been killing it this year. Oh, but yeah, it's I just wanted to have a little bit of uplifting
This
news.
definitely makes me want to go play my Nintendo some more.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll do that.
I actually, coincidentally, I still have my Switch Lite charging right here, even though I don't play it anymore. Mostly my kids have been playing Slime Rancher a lot lately. Um, that's part of their screen time that they have access to every so often. But I mean, I've seriously considered like I want to get a Switch too. Oh, that like I have not had a console other than this Switch Lite, which barely counts as a console. Um, I haven't had a console in the last like 14 years, or well, 13 years, something like that. Uh, my last console was an Xbox 360. This is the first time that I've actually wanted to go out and get a console, mainly so I can go upstairs and play games on the screen with my kids.
Yeah.
You know, be able to get like they've been getting into Super Smash Brothers. So just like being able to play
Nice.
Smash Brothers with my kids would be awesome. There's a lot of games that I actually would like to play from Nintendo, and the
That's
wild
why
thing right now is the
Nintendo,
fact,
like, growing up with raising my kids. That's why Nintendo was our console of choice for a long time. It just has more family friendly games. Always
yeah,
has.
yeah, and it's like it's wild to think right now. Switch 2 is actually the cheapest console you can get. I mean, it's kind of wild to me to think about that, but anyways, yeah, just wanted to kind of end this
Okay.
on a little bit happier note of like, hey, there are still companies out
Yay.
there who are appreciating their employees by giving them more money and keeping them employed. Uh, so, but yeah, anyways, that's going to be it for tonight. Have not decided what our next theme is going to be yet. We are going to be taking next week off because it is 4th of July weekend. So we'll be back in two weeks with a new theme, new game to talk about, and go from there. But everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're here in our chat and everything, if you'd like what you've heard and would like to help us out, a few ways you can do that are by giving us a review over on Apple Podcast. You can follow my Twitch channel for live recordings starting Sunday nights at 9:15 Eastern Time for our tech check, 9:30 for the show proper. Or you can follow my YouTube channel for the VODs. Not shortly, pretty much immediately after the show is done, the VOD goes up. So that'll be over on my YouTube channel. Or you can leave us a tip on our Ko-fi. If you'd like to contact us, you can with our email, parttimegamers.cast@gmail.com, or you can join our Discord channel. You can find this show and links to everything else around it using the link bit.ly/CI Productions. Sorry, I just saw your thing in chat. Ember, where can people find you around the internet?
Oh, the easiest thing to do is go to 9of12.com. That's NINEOF12.com. It'll point you to my projects.
And for the most part, you can find Theo here, usually. He's been dealing with some work stuff lately, so when he can make it, he will. But I don't know what other projects he has at the moment. We still haven't gotten him to update the show notes, so yeah. Email him.
He's got better stuff to do.
Anyway, anyways, everyone, until next time, we are the Part-Time Gamers clocking out. Once it does the button.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.